Hello, today we are going to be mounting our new TV bracket into the trailer. It is the Mounting Dream Model MD2210 that I picked up off Amazon. It was like, I don't know, 30 bucks or 40 bucks or something like that. And we'll go ahead and show you right here. It's got the little pull strap right here. Just pull the TV out. Got a light on so you can see that, and it is fully adjustable. It's got the arm here, the other arm here, and then you can't quite see it. You get the tilt bracket there, and it just it closes down. It's got the lock right there, so it doesn't move when you're traveling. And so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and install this thing right into the trailer. That way, now when we're traveling, it don't go anywhere, because we just had it sitting on here before, and that's just, so we had to put it away every time we traveled. So we're upgrading. We got that going on, and so hope you enjoy. Alright, well, so we're making a modification to the trailer. We had a TV sitting up here, a super small one. And then we upgraded to this TV that my mom gave us, and it fits in there just nicely with a little bit of room extra. But because our trailer, we have to sit over here, it's really hard to watch TV over here. So we got this mounting kit that we're going to install. But part of the problem is the backing here is just a really thin piece of plywood. It doesn't have the normal metal backing. Now, if we come around here, you can see that this is what we have to screw into to get there. The rest of it is just super thin, so this is all we have to work with. So because of that, I didn't really like the fact that that thin strip was all that would be holding this big bracket on. It was like, it was gonna have to be very, very specific right in these two bolts. And I wasn't sure, I wasn't confident that it would hold it up enough. So what I decided to do was I got this piece of scrap board, and it was just laying around, and it was 7 inches by 11. And so what I did is, you can see right here, is I center lined it from the other side. And then I, because that board on the back is only 3 inches, I went a half inch out, and I'm going to put some screws in here. And so this board will take the brunt of the weight. And then we'll mount the bracket to this board, and I can space it out however I want, and this board will take the brunt of the bracket. So that's what we're doing here. I actually haven't had to cut anything. This was just a board I had laying around. So we're gonna put the rest of the screws in here to hold on, or to hold this board on. Make sure they're flush so the bracket doesn't bump up against it. You want to help? Come here. Okay, see this button right here? All right. All right, we're gonna push this right on there, right? Okay. Squeeze the button. Squeeze it. There we go. Ready? sink down as far as I would like it. So oh man. Alright, I'm gonna pull that one out. Or I'm not. Alright, I'm just gonna strip it out. Alright, well I'll get that one out later and then I'll replace it with a different one. Because it didn't quite sink down. Well, it might be good enough anyway. Let's just see here. Nope, I can feel it. Alright. So I'll go ahead and get that out and then we'll finish the rest of the installation. Okay, so with the help of the vice grips, we got that screw out. I changed out the bit. It was a little bit too sharp, which caused it to strip out. So we'll put the final screw back in there. It should go in pretty easily. Of course. There we go. Now that is flush mounted with the rest of them. Okay. So we've done a whole bunch of measuring because you should measure like 100 times before you actually do anything, because otherwise you end up making mistakes like I did, but found it when I was measuring. Alright, this is going to go on somewhere about right here. We'll measure that in just a second. But they gave us this little handy dandy leveling, and we'll just double check that it's level. It looks perfect. And before we did this, I did make sure the trailer was level. So so we weren't putting something on level that the trailer wasn't level. So it's going to be very, very close. Alright, so the trick here now is to measure this where we want it, and then hold it up there and screw it on. So I may end up having to do at least one bolt that you guys don't see because I only got 2 hands and this is like a 4-hand job. So we know that we need to be 8 inches up from the bottom to this bottom bracket. That means that has to go about right in here. Alright, so that means the top. Alright, so that is 8 inches. 8 inches there. The top bracket needs to be 1 inch from the top. So that's how we'll measure it. We'll go 1 inch from this to the top of the board. We'll set that on there. We'll level it, and then I'll probably do a couple small pilot screws or pilot holes, and then we'll go ahead and put these giant lag bolts in there to hold it. And that should be just enough to go through this board and the back board, so we still need to stay within that 3 inches, but there'll only be 4 spots. Alright, so we'll see you once we get this stuck on there and I can get my camera person back. Okay, so we put a little hanger screw in here just so I can use my 2 hands and I can have a camera person back. So this big screw, I was a little concerned if I screwed in this board that it might cause some split, because we do live in Arizona and this board is probably very dry. So I did do a small pilot hole, and so we're going to go ahead and see if we can't insert this giant screw in here. Well, and the other part of that is it's more of a bolt, unfortunately, which means I can't use my screwdriver or my drill for this. So we're going to screw this in here and hope you don't hear any cracking. I'm going to slow down. I can hear it biting into the board. Might need to make a bigger pilot hole for the other ones. Alright, I'm not gonna torque this down at all. I'm just gonna get it flush, and then we're gonna call it good right there. We're gonna recheck the level, and we are way off. So I'm gonna back this up just a little bit, so we have a little bit of play here. And then we're going to maneuver that back, and then go down a little bit. Oh, come on, move a little bit. Little bit. There we go. Right there. Okay. So, alright. So we're level now, which means I can take that top screw out. Our little hanger screw there. Okay. Now, the problem we're gonna run into here is I'm gonna get a bigger pilot bit for this, for these other 3 screws before we finish this, because I just don't trust that this board won't crack with the pressure that big lag bolt or lag screw or whatever was putting on that board. I could hear it cracking as I was turning it. So I'm gonna go get the bit. I'll be right back. Okay, so we got our pilot bit, and I'll just explain that. So basically you want a bit that covers, I don't know if you can see that, you want a bit that covers the internal of the screw but leaves all the threads, so the threads can bite into the wood, but the main fat part of the screw isn't messing with the wood. So let's go back up here and check our level. And there is our level. So we will put a pilot hole right here. Okay. And then we will insert said with the bigger pilot hole, it goes in a lot easier. But we'll still take it easy just because we don't want to make a mistake this far into the installation. Because we are almost done. Okay, before I tighten that all the way down, we'll get us back into level, which is right there. It's getting tight.
Yeah.
We're a little bit too far there. Okay, that's perfect. Alright, so we got the TV. We're just gonna put it right up here on the little hook. And so then alright, got the Allen wrench for these 2 little bolts that hold this in. And we'll get them started, and then we'll tighten them down. Now this is going into the bracket, not the TV. The TV is held on by these other big screws. Okay. Okay, we'll put this last one in here. Alright, so we don't want to tighten it all the way down yet. We just want to get them to, okay, because what we want to do is we want to finish centering the TV exactly on the bracket right there. Okay. Alright, so with that, we have the stand here so we can maneuver the TV wherever we want. And then when it's time to put the TV away, locks in place right there. So, we got it installed. That's the new TV mount. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll catch you next time.